Today, we're diving into one of the most effective methods for training for hypertrophy, which is the top and the back offset method. If you're looking to build serious muscle and break through plateaus, this is a serious method that you need to give a try. So let's jump right in. But before we do, we currently have 2 spots available for coaching if you're looking to take your physique to the next level. And you can apply easily through the link in our description below. So what exactly is the top and back offset method when it comes to training? This approach is a combination of intensity and volume to help stimulate muscle growth. So here's how it works. You perform one heavy set in the 4 to 8 rep range at near or max effort. Then you'll lower the weight by 20 to 30% and complete a back off set around that 8 to 12 rep mark. This method gives you the best of both worlds in terms of lifting heavy while still being able to take care of your joints. Now, of course, everyone is different and this method may not be perfect for everyone, but I've had some great success myself and with a lot of clients that have used this method. The reason this method works so well for hypertrophy isn't because of the program itself. It's making sure these sets are pushed really hard close to failure. First, with the top set, actually leaving 1 rep in the tank has been shown to be quite beneficial or just as beneficial as training to failure for muscle growth. The problem is most of you don't know how to train to 1 rep in reserve, so you're missing out on precious gains. So make sure when you're using this method in a 4 to 8 rep range, the last rep should be fucking hard, but you should be able to question if you can do another one. If so, you're on the right track. I personally like the 4 to 6 rep range as it's heavy enough to really know when you've only got 1 rep left. The back off set of 8 to 12 reps generally just gives your joints a little bit more of a break. Of course, we could do 2 really heavy sets in that 4 to 6 rep range, and that is completely fine as well. But I find a good happy medium in that 8 to 12 rep range still push close to or just on failure. Now let's talk about how you can implement the top and back offset method into your routine. Now you don't need this for every single exercise in your program, but I would recommend using it for most of them if you want to trial this style of training. So let's use a bench press as an example. Our top set on bench press will be between 4 and 6 reps at 90% of our 1 rep max. Then our back off set is going to be 8 to 12 reps at around that 70% of our 1 rep max mark. The key here is to adjust the weight properly on the back off sets to make sure we're sitting in that desired rep range. Then in your next session, you want to make sure you're coming in and beating those numbers. If you're well recovered with your sleep and your nutrition, you should be able to hit another rep on both of those sets. So let's say you hit a 90 kilo bench for 4 reps last week. This week, you're going to come in and you're going to hit 5. Your back off set at 70 kilos last week, you hit 10 reps. This week you came in and you hit 11. Now it's important to give yourself a little bit of wiggle room at the start of a program. We don't want to be maxing out on week 1 and going to complete failure. Now this is really important. If you're a beginner, the top and back offset method isn't for you. If you're a beginner, focus on mastering technique first, doing more sets and keeping tension through the target muscle, as well as learning how to train hard close to failure. So make sure you have more experience before diving into a technique like this. This method is great for lifters who normally do the 3, 4, 5 sets and need something to break through a plateau on their bench press, for example. It's also great for people looking for hypertrophy, but still wanting to maintain and build a lot of strength too. So here are a few final tips to get the most out of this method. Number 1, make sure your top set is truly challenging, but with good form. If you're grinding with the wrong muscle groups or losing tension on the target muscle, drop the weight. And for your back off sets, make sure you drop the weight quite significantly, between 20 and 30%. Remember, the goal here is tension and keeping tension on the target muscle, not ego lifting. And lastly, make sure you do 1 to 3 warm-up sets before your first top set of the movement. Make sure you've taken at least 2 to 3 minutes before your last warm-up set before you start your top set as well. Then I would rest another 2 to 3 minutes before performing that back off set. This is going to allow for maximum recovery and peak performance during your sets. And if you have any more questions about this method, simply leave a comment below and I'll get back to you. And if you found this video helpful, make sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel. We'll be posting more training and nutrition tips, hacks, and walkthroughs to get you better body composition results. And hey, if you're serious about taking your results to the next level, make sure you have your fat loss calories in check. We have a free fat loss calculator that spits out your calories straight away direct to your inbox, so make sure you click below to get your copy. Until next time, peace.